What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon MLB bets for Monday, August 5th. So we did this Friday. You seemed to like it, so I wanted to bring it to you. The video we did Friday, we had 6 plays, I believe, for hits, and they all hit. We hit the parlay there. So we're using Outlier.Bet. We're going to do the exact same thing we did Friday. If you guys like this, let me know down below, and I will continue to do this. If this is something you would like to see every day, or if this it supplants something else for you. You do DFS, you want to try this, we'll continue to do this. So if you are into DFS and you have not checked out, if you're new to the channel and you've not checked out the video for today, I will link that at the end, but in the description will be the DFS article for today as well. We are going to be using Outlier.Bet, so that is our sponsor for every YouTube video that we have. And if you want to use them, I'm going to show you the interface. We're going to show you how to do bets in that as well. And down below in the description of this video will be the link to Outlier.Bet. If you guys sign up using our link, you go through the 7-day free trial and you get the $20 monthly pass. Show us, email us a picture that you signed up, and we will get you set up with a free month of FTA Plus. It's a $30 value on us. If you go with them and you do the pro version, which is $130 for the month, you're going to get few extra categories that you can look at to help sports bet. If you sign up, go through the 7-day free trial, and purchase that for the month, we're going to give you 3 months of FTA Plus absolutely free. So that's an additional $90 value on top of your $130 Outlier.Bet subscription for the month. So definitely check it out. If you have not checked out the website, go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. We specialize in DFS, but we also do sports betting as well, and we wanted to bring you some sports betting content for you for this Monday. So what we're going to do is kind of like what we did yesterday. So here's the website. You can definitely check out if you want. DFS provided, sports betting, all the sports that we offer. Currently, we are very excited for NFL. So what we're going to do is exactly what we did in Friday's video. We are going to look at the some of the bets that we like. So this is what I really like. And if you have not checked out Outlier, definitely check it out today. Let us know if you have questions down below as well. If you like this, hit that like button. We are trying to hit 10,000 YouTube subscribers before the start of the NFL season, so we've got a little bit over a month to go. So what we're going to do is, depending on which website you play on, you can do popular bets. You can see all these bets like FanDuel, Trending Parlay, 930 bets for this with a plus 715 odds, like you see hits over, blah, blah, blah. These are just a hits bet in this game. And that's kind of what we're going to look at, but not just a same game parlay. We're going to look at the top bets for the day that we have going on. So these are the players that we're targeting. You can use, and it depends, depending on the picks you want to do, whether or not you want to do FanDuel, DraftKings, ESPN Bet, Caesars, whatever. We have a link to sign up with FanDuel and DraftKings down below if you guys want to sign up, but I want to show you how this works. So I'm going to go into the props. We're going to go into hits. So what we're doing is hit props for today. So a lot of people like to do like home runs, which is a huge, yes, you're going to have way better odds. They're very much more harder to hit than that. So you can just see the just overall right here. You can see just players that you might want to target, might want to look at. But I am going to search the ones out that have the best odds that we feel comfortable enough to go with. So we got Devers. So here's what also I like. So you go into here, and you can go into the over. You can do alt lines. So see, this is what I also like. So you can go to your book. You go his hits over 1.5. I'm going to do an alt line of over half. So that means 1. So in his last 10 games, Devers has at least 1 hit in every single game. His last 15 of 20 games, he's had a minimum of 1 hit. Head-to-head in this matchup, 8 of 10 against them every single game. You can see the series from last year and this year. He's gotten the hits there. And then 2024, 73 of his 98 games that he's played, he's had a hit 74% of the time. So that is what I want to look at. And what I really like is when you go in here, you can change it to whichever you want. So DraftKings, depending on what you want, you go to add my picks. It'll add it to your bet slip here. So just like if you're on a sports book, you can see the bet slips that are there, and we will look at it once we get through some of these other players as well. So we have added him to the bet slip. we want to exit out of there. And actually, one of them that I really like is Hunter Renfroe, which is right at the top here. So we look at Hunter Renfroe, over-under, the over or 1+ hit today. You can see he's gotten at least 1 hit in 10 straight games. In his last 20 games, 17 of 20, he's gotten a hit in there. Head-to-head for the year, 6 of 10. So the last 2 games he's gotten it, and then the 24th or the first game of the series this year against him, he did not have one. So 6 of 10. And then in 2024, when he has played 88 games, 61% of the time he has had a hit. Now, he's got a great matchup here against a lefty, and this is what I love. So when you're building these out and you want to check out, like you've got your player, you've got the prop you want to do, you can find different props here if you want to do strikeouts, blah, 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 blah. But you can go over to the starting pitcher that they're facing, which is James Paxton. He has not faced them before. And then you can look at, you can change it to Kansas City bats, and then you can look at how they've done against this pitcher if they've ever faced them before. Hunter Renfroe is 0 for 8, but his odds in this one, I really do like his odds here. Against left-handed pitching this year, 3 home runs, 244 batting average, which is basically 244, unless it's changed in the past couple of days, has been the average, the batting average for the entire league this year. So he's hitting average against lefties this year. Normally he hits lefties better than he has this year, but I do like his odds here, especially being at the top. So I'm going to add him to my picks there as well. So we're going to go back. We're going to go through here. We're going to get rid of him, and then we're going to look at another one. So I'm going to search Mark Vientos. We've used him a ton in DFS. He's come through numerous times with us. So you see the over-under is a hit here. So I like 2 different ones here, and I'm going to kind of show you what I'm talking about. So looking at hits, 7 of his last 10 games he's gotten a hit, 15 of his last 20 head-to-head. The 2 times he's faced St. Louis, a hit in both of those. 2024, 71% of the time this year in the games he's played, he's gotten a hit. So I do not mind him for a hit here. It would be minus 119. But what I'm looking at is a different market for him. Going to get out of hits. Going to do something we haven't done. Strikeouts. Mark Vientos strikeouts. Over minus 119. So you look at this, last 10 games, he struck out at least once, 9 of his last 10 games. His last 20 games, 15 of 20, he's had at least 1 strikeout. None against head-to-head here. 2024, 71% of the games that he has played, he has a minimum of 1 strikeout. Now, this isn't a prop that a lot of people use, but you could add this. So I either like him for a strikeout or I like him for 1 hit in this game. He could have both easily. Minimum of 4 at-bats. I feel pretty comfortable in this one as well. So we're going to get back out of the strikeouts and we're going to go back to hits today because this is what a lot of people are looking for. So we're going to go to players. We're going to go next with Corbin Carroll. Now, he's been up and down for us, but I like his matchup today. And we dig into these numbers just a little bit more. 9 of his last 10 games, he's gotten a minimum of 1 hit. And you can look at his matchup here. Going up against Logan Allen, he is going up against a lefty. He's never faced them before against lefties this year. Only 187 batting average, but if they get to him early, it's going to get to the bullpen. He's going to have a few at-bats against this bullpen, which I do like. So last 20 games, 75% of the time, he's gotten a minimum of 1 hit. Head-to-head, all 3 times he's faced this team, he's gotten at least 1 hit. And 2024, 61% of the time, he's gotten a hit. So we can add that to our list as well. I do not mind Corbin Carroll. And maybe if you feel a little bit like these are all great one-off bets, but I know a lot of people want to parlay them because that's where the better odds are. That's where the more money's made. My suggestion is, depending on your bankroll, do single bets and then parlay this once. So don't get too crazy. I know a lot of people like to look at over-unders and batters, like over-under 1.5 bases. They like to go the over, like when Aaron Judge is up, as long as he doesn't get intentionally walked 3 times a game, has a pretty good chance to get a minimum of 2 bases. And I know a lot of people like those. But these are the basic ones. So if you want to see other videos like this, let me know what kind of sports betting videos you guys would like to see down below. I need the comments so I know what you guys are looking for. Another one I'm looking for, and we've used him a ton in DFS, and I drafted him in my season-long league, and he's absolutely murdering it right now. Josh Naylor. His last 10 games, 90% of the time, he's gotten at least 1 hit. Last 20, 65% of the time. And you can see 8 straight games, he's gotten a minimum of 1 hit. Head-to-head, one, so has not faced them this year, but Arizona. And this is Zach Gallen, his ERA is a little bit up there right now. So you can kind of see, and what I like is you could look at this, and then you can see line movement on it as well. So then you look at Arizona, or Cleveland bats against Zach Gallen. Naylor's 0 for 11, so you're going to get a little bit better odds here. He's just been better this year than he has been normally, so I do not mind him. And then 2024, 62% of the time, he's gotten at least one hit. So these are all basically 90% of the last 10 games, they've gotten a hit in those games. So 9 of 10. So I do not mind Josh Naylor whatsoever. Just depends if you want to add Corbin Carroll in there as well. Depends on how you're going to go and how many. It depends on how many legs you want to put into this parlay. Another one is Andres Gimenez. So we look at Gimenez here going up against Zach Gallen. 90% of his last 10 games, 9 of 10, he's gotten a hit. Last 20, 70%. Head-to-head, 100% of the time he's faced this team. None this year, but last year, gotten at least one hit. And then 2024, 67% of the time, Andres Gimenez has a hit against Zach Gallen, or against this team. And he is 2 for 4 against Zach Gallen with a 1.167 OPS. So I do like this. Might like this a little bit more than Josh Naylor. So if you don't want to do a same-game parlay, you only want to do one of these batters, I'm probably leaning a little bit more towards Andres Gimenez, but you never know what you're going to do. So you could always – I think there's going to be a lot of hits in this game, whether or not you want to do total bases, whether or not you want to go ahead and just do one of them. I completely understand. So Gimenez is another one. Another player that I really want to look at is Corey Seager. So Corey Seager is absolutely murdering baseballs right now. You can just kind of see overall on the year, Seager is batting .277 with 22 bombs, 54 RBIs, and 850 OPS, and a lower 17.1 strikeout percentage. So he's putting the ball in play. His last 10 games, a hit, 9 of 10. Last 20, 70% of the time. Head-to-head against this team, 71% of the time, has seen this team 24 times, has a lot of success there. And then you look at 2024, 71% of the time. So you can look at all of the current season, you can look at their stats, you can look at line movement, you can look at how he's done. But if you want to see how he's done against Hunter Brown in his career, you look at Corey Seager batting .364 and 11 at-bats with a home run against him. So you have odds there. So there's definitely odds that we look at for hits. There are more hits. There are different ones that we can look at. Kind of wanted to know if you guys are interested in this kind of content. We had strikeout rates, but the strikeouts, I don't love the pitching today. I don't feel as comfortable with the strikeout rate as we did on Friday or the hits that we have today. So I don't really want to throw them out there. The pitching today is not the best that I enjoy. But what we're looking at is just some other things that we kind of look at. So this is another one where not a hit, but home runs. Now, these are very boom or bust. I get that. So don't just throw these in there and that's it. But if you're one that wants to make like a $5 bet for a home run parlay, I completely understand. So if you did the hits parlay there, and what I like is, so you depending on the site you're on, DraftKings, you can do 4 for 4 there. Add it to your bet slip. It'll take you to DraftKings Sportsbook. Once you sign in, you can do it right there. Now, depending on where you're at, you can do your bet. You can place your bet for the hits parlay. So that is one we're looking at. Don't necessarily, if you have not signed up yet, that's where you can. So I'm going to clear all, and we're just going to do home runs so you can see the different odds. But if you haven't signed up for DraftKings yet, the link will be down below. If you sign up using our link, I believe they're going to match you up to a $100 deposit, and we're going to give you a free month of FTA Plus. Same thing with FanDuel as well. I don't know if they match money. DraftKings does. I'm not 100% sure with FanDuel. I cannot remember off the top of my head. So we're going to change it up. We're going to look at home run parlays. There are 4 batters that I really like to hit home runs today. Now, not necessarily going to happen because, again, it's very hard to predict home runs, but I wanted to show you guys this. So, again, these are very long odds. It's where a lot of people like to, put their money. Don't necessarily do it all the time, but Corey Seager is definitely one that I'm looking at. So, over 1 home run, depending on the book you're on, 370, 330 on FanDuel and DraftKings and stuff like that. I'm adding this to my list. So Corey Seager's number 1. Another player that I'm kind of interested in today is Ketel Marte. His numbers are phenomenal. Like, let's look at these numbers real quick. So we look at Ketel Marte, batting 300 on the year with 27 bombs. But then you break it down. Against Logan Allen, has not faced him before. But against lefties, Ketel Marte batting 357 with 14 of those home runs coming from lefties. 1.094 OPS, a low strikeout rate. Ketel Marte is one of my top picks, plus 475 there. So you add 2 there. You got Corey Seager and Ketel Marte. Next one that I'm looking at, great numbers. And if you've watched our DFS video, you know that I love Devers today. Got a little bit of Rafi Devers going on. So you can look at Devers here. On the season, Devers batting 305 with 25 bombs. Break it down a little bit against Singer, 375 with 1 home run. And then against right-handed pitching this year, 339 batting average with 21 home runs. I love this prop here. Strikeouts are low against right-handed pitching. And these are just great numbers. I absolutely love Rafi Devers today. Now, again, don't necessarily parlay all of these together. Do one-offs, like $5 per or whatever your unit is. Do some of those bets. And the final one is in this same game. You probably can guess it, but it's one of the hottest hitters on the planet right now, Bobby Witt Jr. Look at these home runs. No, I want to do back up. I want to do over home run. So we can look at his numbers here. On the season, Bobby Witt's batting 344 with 20 bombs. Okay? Against James Paxton, 1 home run, batting 2 for 4. Against left-handed pitching this year, Bobby Witt Jr. batting 351 with 3 home runs as well. Looking at his home runs, you can see 2 of his last 10. Obviously, doesn't have a ton, but his numbers are great. I like his numbers here for home runs. So, again, you can go single bets here, or you can parlay it. If you parlayed it, you could do DraftKings 4 for 4. Go to Bet Slip. Again, if you're signed into DraftKings, it'll take you right to your bet slip. You can sign in. You can look at the odds. So, depending on, let's get rid of these, and we'll just go with the home runs. The home run bets here. You can check it out. The odds, pretty damn good. Come in here, and you can keep them here, which I really love, keeping them in a bet slip there. So, those are my 4. Marte, Devers, Seager, and Bobby Witt Jr. for home runs. You can also do just solo bets as well. So you can check. You can do both FanDuel and DraftKings and Caesars and Bet365 and BetMGM if you want to do just the home run parlay itself. Again, like a $1, $2, $5 parlay. I wouldn't go crazy, especially with the 4 legs. You could even tease it. You could go round robin it to try and get 2 of 3 or whatever you want to do. But those are some of the bets that I like today. If you want to see even more bets, check out FantasyTeamAdvisor.com. If you want to get in the discussion, down below is the description to our Discord channel where we go back and forth with either if people have questions about sports bets, about DFS. It is there on the site and Discord. Go check it out. FantasyTeamAdvisor.com is the website. Go sign up, $10 a month. That's what I've got. Good $10 a week. Good luck today. And as always, let's bring home some bacon today, guys.